Live. Boom, we're live. I can barely see the people. I don't know if the people, I know the people can see me. But what's going on? Good morning, my people. On a Sunday morning, baby. I bet y'all getting ready to go to church and whatnot. Some of y'all getting ready to do this, to do that. Well, I wanted to hop on today. I'm going to church too. But not church like you're used to. But I'm going to my church, which should be at the gym. Or actually, I'm not going to the gym right now. Come on, let's go. I'm hanging out with my number one right here. As you can see her, Lolita. She's always riding with me. And we're about to head to the dog park. About to head to the dog park and have a nice morning out there, you know, to relax, to rethink our thoughts of how we're going to start on Monday and how we're going to greet Monday. I mean, for those of you who work that 9 to 5 and want to stay on that, and for those of you who work that 9 to 5 and know and are probably, Mondays are good, bro. Mondays are good. Mondays are good for you to get started again and go hustle and go make that money and go try to figure it out. You know, Mondays are good, bro. Mondays are not bad at all whatsoever. What's bad is the attitude that we have towards Mondays or what has been shown to us. And I know that a lot of you, bro, it's not that you have that attitude towards it, it's that you've been taught to do it by being funny or something like, can Monday this, Monday that, nigga, that shit ain't funny, bro. Stop that right now. Because that affects your consciousness, even if you know it or if you don't know it, you know? For you to be practicing those things and saying those things, you know? Pretty much that's what I believe. And I guess we could talk, you know what I want to talk about this morning? That was what I wanted to talk about this morning. Because sometimes you got to think, man. I wanted to talk about this morning about bullying. Bro, I've been seeing that stuff is like becoming so big nowadays with these kids out there. And how kids are being bullied and kids are taking their lives. And they're like, you know, like, man, to me that's horrible, bro. I didn't experience depression or suicidal thoughts till I was like 20-something. 25, 26, and that was because I was on the wrong path. So if these kids are doing it at such a young, early age to think about even these things of taking their lives and doing things like that, to me, that's horrible. Honestly, like, there's something horrible going on with the system in the schools and in everything for them to do that. Or also, no disrespect to anybody, probably at home, in the parenting or in the talking or like I guess I could say in the parenting, but it's not mostly the parenting because I don't want to attack any parents. I don't have kids, so I don't want to sound like I'm perfect or like I know, because I don't know. But I know from experience because I get to look at the outside. I get to see you parents from the outside. You feel what I'm saying? And I never judge, you know, or I'm never pointing fingers. If anything, I'm always more like trying to figure out what can I do to help this or help that. But anyways, holy shit, damn, fuck. All right. But anyways, talking about what I was talking about suicidal thoughts and these kids having that and this bullying and stuff. And just a quick message, man. Just a quick message that I could give to you parents out there, man, because it was the ways I was raised. It was the ways my brother was raised. And it is to stop raising these kids to be so sentimental. Stop raising these kids to be so emotional. And I say because I am. And what do I say by that, bro? There's a difference between discipline and abuse. But the thing is that you see here in the United States, a lot of people, a lot of Americans, I would say, you know, they confuse that and then they think sometimes that discipline, it's abusing. Oh, I can't hit my child. Or I cannot teach my child this, or I cannot teach my child that because that's abusing and that's, oh my God, it is. Fuck that shit, bro. You know, I would say, and I don't mean it like that. I'm sorry for my language, bro, but I mean it because how I was raised, how my brother was raised, bro. We were somewhat raised to be tough, you know, bro. When I came to my mama and told my mom that this kid is making fun of me, or I told that to my brother, you know what he told me? He told me, go back and fight back. And if you didn't fight back, he went with me and he showed me how to fight back. He showed me how to stand up for myself. My mother and my father showed me how to stand up for myself. Because let me tell you something, bro. You could tell your kid or you could tell the whole world and everybody everybody out there, oh, I'm like this. That's how I am. That's how I am. Well, then you can say the same thing about a bad person. And a bad person is just going to say, oh, I'm a bully and I'm going to be a bully the rest of my life. Oh, no, I'm just sentimental and I'm like this and I'm like that for the rest of my life. No, pimping. You can teach your kid, like you can take a person who fears everything and teach him to become fearless. I just watched the video right now, and this guy said this, bro, and this shit blew my mind, bro, and it should blow yours, so you can teach your kids this. And it says a group of sheep led by a lion will always defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. Let that sink in right there, bro. Let that sink in. And what that's saying is that if you have a leader, making your son, or your daughter or whoever it is, if you teach him to lead and not be led by that, because bullying is that your son is taking all that energy and feeding it and then taking it into him. Let him be a leader. Let him take that energy and bounce it right back to that kid. So if he's being called worse, if he's being called this, called that, teach your kid how to come back, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong how to teach your kid how to be a little bit tough. How to fight back, nigga. How to be a man, because you can teach him that, because there's no such thing as my son was born like that. The power is right here, bro, and the power is also in the example that you give. So yeah, if maybe you're not a violent person, you don't have to teach your kid to be violent, but you could teach your kid to be verbally good, so he could use his words and defend himself, and just like the Bible says that the word of God or the word of Jesus Christ is sharper than a two-edged blade, that couldn't be more true. So I guess my message to the people is, I'm not here to attack nobody. My fucking truck is on wasting gas over here, bro. What's wrong with me, man? Gas is expensive nowadays. It's, I guess what I'm trying to say to the people is that if you're suffering from these things and your kid is coming, the best way that I could say it is, if you don't even believe me, bro, is look back on your own ancestors, even here in the United States. I talk about my country because in my country, bro, we were raised like that, bro. We were raised to, like, if you're not tough, you better get tough, because you ain't going to survive. Plain and simple, bro. That's the jungle. So what they're doing over here in the United States that I'm seeing mostly is that they're teaching these kids to be, like, really soft, bro, to be, like, really self-dependent on other people's thoughts and self-dependent on what other people think of you and what this thinks of you. Bro, you got to teach. We got to attack these kids, get them as young as we could, bro, and make them tough. Make them emotionally and consciously tough, to be conscious of themselves and who they are, to love themselves for who they are, and to stand up for what they believe and what they do. Oh, that my kid doesn't like this, doesn't like that. Well, then let's find out what he's like. Let's find out what he's good at, and let's explode that to be the best. It's not that you got to be like this and you got to be like that and you got to listen to this and you got to... Nah, bro. I believe the bullying, it's all at the school and everything, but it starts with parenting, because probably the bully wouldn't even be a bully if his dad was teaching him not to be a bully. And the kid who's getting bullied probably wouldn't be getting bullied if the father was teaching him not to get bullied. And trust me, bro, you can teach your kids that. And I know it's tough because I don't have kids, and I know it could be tough, but I was a kid and I was taught that. And I am a plain example, because from my 3 siblings, it was my brother, me in the middle, and then my sister. From all 3 of us, I came out to be the softest one. I was the one who was crying. I was the emotional. I was scared of everything. I couldn't get into a fight. I was scared. My brother always had to kind of stand up for me. And I thank that, I guess, that I had a brother that helped me sometimes stand up for me whenever he could. But he taught me to be tough, bro. He taught me to stand up and not let that bullying stuff. I never suffered from bullying, even though I got picked on for being the smallest kid, la tajada. They used to call me tajada because I was so skinny. I got pushed around. I got into fights. But that taught me, bro, to be tough. Hold on. Because she wants to go out. Come on, let's go. Vamos. It taught me to be tough, to stand up for myself, bro. And I'm guessing, you could teach that to your kids too if you want. I guess my message was just that. I can't sit here and talk for so long and whatnot. Coño. So, I guess that's the message. Hey, we're live. And another quick little message, man. Get out here, get live, come do some activities. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to do something super crazy. But on a Sunday, hey, why not? Right after church, if your ass is already at church, bring your ass over here to the park, man, and come have a nice walk and chill. You know, you feel what I'm saying? But the message of the day, I guess, was for the bullying, most of everything for the kids, to try to teach your kids. And I know I'm not a father, and I know a lot of y'all could say this and that because I'm not. But it's just a message. It's just a message. I don't mean it in a bad way. I don't mean that. But it's just a message to probably, let's start teaching more kids to be tougher. You know, like I was tough. And I could have always said to my own self, oh, I'm just soft, because I was scared and I was going to get into a fight and I'll shake. Oh my God. But you know what? My brother taught me, brother. My brother taught me to toughen up, because if you don't toughen up, you lose. It's just like a jungle, bro. This out here is a concrete jungle. Concrete jungle. Now I get it, what they were talking about in those rap songs. The concrete jungle. We're out here in a concrete jungle. You know? Yeah. You know what? One more example that I can make right before I leave. I mean, like, if you just even think about it. Like, think about a wolf and his little baby cubs. Or think about a lion and his little baby cubs. You think if that lion is always there for her cubs, patronizing them, and right then and there, oh my God, this hurt, oh my God, that hurt, oh my God, my kid cannot cry, oh my God, my kid cannot this. You think those cubs are gonna survive in the jungle? Or do you think that daddy lion has to, like, pretty much, in other words, let their kids go out there and teach them to be tough? And that lion has to teach these kids that he's gonna get bit, you're gonna get beat, you're gonna get knocked down. You know, you just got to teach them to get back up and fight. That's it. You know? And I know a lot of you won't do it or might not want to do it because that's not the way you were raised. So you will tell yourself, oh my God, no, I cannot do that to my child. But let me tell you something, man. If you don't do it, that's why it's happening. That's why these kids are committing suicide and thinking, because they feel left out alone. I bet you maybe most of their parents don't even talk to them about these things because they're so caught up with work and their job and this and going here and putting 12 hours and 40 hours and this. And I understand because it's bills and everything. But man, you gotta have the time to talk, to conversate. You know, I didn't really have that much with my parents neither, but just thank God that I was conscious enough. I always study human behavior, you know, even by myself. I never went to school for it, but I always study, so it helped me. It helped me to know and understand how humans behave with each other and towards each other and to themselves. That it helped me to understand and to try to become a better human being, and about love and spreading love and showing my emotions sometimes, you know. Pero, yeah, message of the day. I'm talking too much now. I gotta go walk her. That's it. Too much. For my people.